Okay, our main event of the evening, the fight that we've all been looking forward to. We have Eddie Alvarez out of the Fight Factory in Philadelphia, taking on Daisuke Hanazawa in Kobe, Osaka, Japan.
At this point, Team Japan is behind 5 fights to 2. It's pretty much a moot point as far as the team concept is concerned, but I'm sure that hasn't dampened the will to win of Hanazawa. In fact, I'm sure he wants to exact some vengeance and make the Team USA pay for the victory here in MFC tonight.
I see we have Miyazaki in the corner of Hanazawa and Steve Haig in the corner of Eddie Alvarez. This is going to be an interesting matchup. These two guys are both MFC veterans. They're both here to put it all on the line and fight hard.
Steve Haig already having secured victory for Team USA tonight. And I'm sure that Eddie Alvarez wants to follow in his trainer's footsteps and lock up a victory over Hanazawa, who's looking very colorful in his pink trunks tonight.
Yes. Eddie Alvarez, exceptional fighter. This guy comes from an incredible striking background. Fast hands.
As is obvious, yeah. Extremely good boxing technique, but Hanazawa doing the right thing, dropping, taking the double leg, securing the takedown, and neutralizing those hands. That's what meant my mistake, Alvarez.
Classic striker-wrestler matchup here. Hanazawa brings so much wrestling ability to this game. Being a student of Mishima, he's well trained in submission. But Alvarez, coming out of the boxing town of Philadelphia, this guy has fast hands, and he's really working on his submission as well.
Yeah, obviously got some good jiu-jitsu skills. He's taking a nice high guard and leaving himself some space to attempt submissions. You can see him working for an armbar here, trying to shrug off the heavy hands that are raining down from Hanazawa, and doing a very good job of trying to keep the open guard, or at least a half guard, not letting himself get put into the cross mount position.
Hanazawa staying tight, Alvarez maintaining half guard. I've had a chance to spend some time over in Philadelphia with Alvarez. You know, this guy really is a class act. I mean, he's a young fighter, he's driven, he's motivated, and this guy, he's all the skills to go all the way.
Well, we'll see what he's got to stack up against Hanazawa tonight. I see looking at his record that he's a Pancrase veteran, and as I've said before, anybody who can train at the Pancrase dojo and come out of it in one piece is a stud in my mind, because I spent 6 of the worst weeks of my life in that place, and came out of there in the best shape of my life, but I paid for it in blood, sweat, tears, and vomit. So I'm expecting nothing shy of a world-class fight from Daisuke Hanazawa.
Yeah, Hanazawa had an amazing match at MFC 3 with the USA versus the World. He was matched up with Rich Clemente. Did very well in that fight. We also saw Alvarez unloading some bombs there.
Yeah, Alvarez really showing his superiority in boxing. Hanazawa swinging wildly, but Alvarez has superior reach and much superior technique. If he can force the boxing fight as he's trying to, then it's going to score very favorably. But Hanazawa having none of it, driving relentlessly forward, pushing Alvarez straight through the ropes and out of the ring.
Wow. Sending the neutral corners.
It's a strategy I use myself. If you have a superior striker in front of you, a great thing to do is apply pressure, and it takes a good striker out of his game. So, not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, obviously you don't want guys flying out of the ring, but Hanazawa doing the right thing to keep him getting popped by Alvarez.
I mean, we've seen Alvarez twice here in MFC, both times, both victories. MFC 3 against Seiichi Ikemoto.
Alvarez
unloading here,
stuffing the takedowns and just unloading with those heavy hands of his.
Just headhunting from Alvarez.
This is the fight that Alvarez wants to fight. Sprawl and brawl. You can see almost every punch is landing with accuracy and precision.
Alvarez is definitely a sharpshooter. This kid brings it. Oh, huge knee.
Big Muay Thai knee. Hanazawa just being taken completely out of his game. He's having trouble executing the takedowns. He's eating fist after fist after fist. This is bad news for Hanazawa. He's got to find a way to control
Alvarez taking charge in this fight. This is definitely the hometown crowd for Eddie. It's a huge following. Like I say, when I've visited his hometown, I mean, the guy has literally hundreds and hundreds of fans that come out to his fights to watch him.
Both fighters taking a bit of a breather after the furious action we've seen so far. Just over a minute and a half, though. Just under a minute and a half to go. Alvarez looking very impressive, picking his shots.
Yeah, Alvarez is on fire, there's no doubt. Hanazawa trying to answer back.
Uppercuts and hooks from Alvarez has got Hanazawa in deep trouble here.
Just destroying Hanazawa here. That's it.
The referee is rising, stepping in, rising, stepping in.
Incredible. Well done.
Alvarez fought his fight from the word go, man, to completely take Hanazawa out of his game, deal with Hanazawa's grappling skills, and force the boxing fight, knowing that he had a massive superiority. Now waving old glory for the victorious U.S. fans, running the Team USA record up to 6 victories tonight.
Incredible. Yeah, Alvarez really took charge of this fight. He wanted this victory. He came in, he had a game plan, he executed perfectly. Just an incredible athlete. This kid is on his way. You see Steve Haig celebrating with Eddie. Well done. Both Fight Factory doing very well this evening.
Fight Factory doing well. American Top Team doing extremely well, and Team USA doing well with 6 victories over Japan's 2.
Definitely a good night for the USA.
I think Alvarez is a fight to watch. I mean, from what I saw of Hanazawa, he looks like no slouch, but showing the obvious damage from Alvarez's fist. I mean, those were pinpoint accurate and heavy strikes landing relentlessly onto Hanazawa's face.
Yeah, I think we can definitely look forward to seeing Alvarez going just higher and higher within this sport. He's got all the skills, he's got the work ethic, and he has the discipline to make the advances.
And you saw there both fighters showing mutual respect for one another, showing the sportsmanship that has become the trademark of mixed martial arts.
Yeah, it's great to see these guys. You know, it's true competition. I mean, you get athletes like this at this level, they bring it all, and they definitely they deserve everything they get.
Once again, you see up until the takedown, what looks more like a Roy Jones Jr. fight than a mixed martial arts fight.
Yeah, truly an incredible boxer, Alvarez. I mean, his pedigree coming out of Philadelphia, such a boxing community. This guy really understands the striking game.
And you see where his boxing stance set him up for a takedown, but at the same time it contributed to the accuracy and power in the strikes. He takes a good wide stance, gets his body weight behind his shots, isn't afraid to go to the Muay Thai with a big knee strike to Hanazawa's face. Alvarez was just all over Hanazawa almost from the word go. Every time he got a bit of distance, just raining in those strikes.
Alvarez, so incredibly dominant, just such a sharpshooter. This is very similar to the fight that he had against Saichi Ikemoto in MFC 3, USA versus the World.
I've got to say, I haven't seen a mixed martial artist put his weight behind his punches like that outside of fighters like Andrei Arlovsky or Chris Lytle, who's a 12-1 pro boxer. He's showing incredible aptitude with his hands. Boxing skills are becoming more and more paramount in mixed martial arts as MMA fighters are realizing the importance of having great hands along with great grappling and great kickboxing.
Yeah, the future for this young athlete is extremely bright. I think we're going to see nothing but more victory in the future. This guy is he's definitely got the skills.
I'm very impressed with Eddie Alvarez, and I'm sure that we're going to be seeing him in a prominent place on future MFC cards. And speaking of future MFC cards, I believe that the MFC already has plans for this young man. Why don't you tell us about that, Greg?
Well, I've heard rumor being that there's talk of an upcoming championship fight between Eddie Alvarez and Carlo Prater for the 170 welterweight division belt.
I can't think of a better guy for him to fight. Prater showed extremely good ring savvy, a lot of power in the ring, a lot of technique in the ring, representing Eve Edwards extremely well. And Alvarez versus Prater promises to be an absolute barn burner and a great way to follow up what's already been a fantastic, stellar performance by MFC in putting together world-class fighters and world-class fights. Well, the fans definitely getting value for money tonight with only one fight going the distance. And the USA walking away with an extremely dominant 6-2 victory over Team Japan. I got to thank Greg Allen for inviting me here tonight because this is one of the better fight cards that I've ever seen. And I'm definitely looking forward to Prater versus Alvarez on the next MFC show.
Yeah, I want to thank everyone for coming out this evening. I want to thank my broadcast partner, Paul the Mauler Lazenby. I'm Greg Allen, and I look forward to seeing all of you at the next MFC.